Salem, hi, this is Richard Frank. I'm the director of Salem's House of Prayer, also known as SHOP, here in downtown Salem, Oregon. And we'll be putting together a series of short messages to give the biblical context to night and day prayer in Salem and its role in serving God's purposes for our city and for His bride. And we want to help define more clearly the value of ceaseless prayer and what it means to God for it to be sustained in Salem. We know that this subject is easily misunderstood, but yet it has massive biblical foundations, both in the Old Testament and in the New Testament, and it has a powerful place in the Lord's end-time plan for His body before He returns. So why are we here? What's our purpose and message? How does this relate to the big picture of God's work in Salem? We exist to be a corporate altar of ceaseless prayer and worship that is offered by the church to Jesus, a place established by God, owned and fueled by the churches of this city. And this vision is not about joining shop. It's about a city that needs Jesus desperately, and people who have come together in that city deciding that nothing is more important than winning it. And so uniting around that purpose with prayer, worship, and massive evangelism. It's about a citywide mission and a vision that is pursued in the grace of God that only God can bring forth in His strength, and no man or ministry can take the credit for the outcome. When we share this, there's often a question either said or unsaid that comes up. And that question is why? Why pray night and day? What does it matter? Why can't we just worship on Sunday or whenever we feel like it? And isn't that enough? What value and place does this have in the church compared to other massive biblical mandates and ministries? The Great Commission, discipleship, acts of kindness, service, and love. And why should we gather and pray constantly? Is this really the path to fruitfulness for the kingdom? Will it really get anything done? The truth is, we don't have to choose between the good and the best, or the greater and lesser options. God's breakthrough for Salem includes everything that He values. And that's not just the things that seem the most visible or provide the most immediate practical impact. What we see in the natural starts in the spirit, and changing history starts and is sustained on our knees. We are a kingdom of priests. We all have a unique role and a place in ministry and in the body as God has desired and called us. Yet we are all priests of God, a whole kingdom of priests, and we follow the great high priest, the one who ever lives to make intercession for us. Our heart's desire in this is to call the churches of Salem into a vision to give God something that will absolutely transform our city and ultimately our state, that will strengthen every church in Salem, that will empower every evangelistic work by emboldening the preaching of His word, softening hearts to receive the gospel, and increasing the confirmation of His word with power, releasing signs and wonders for those who hear the gospel, to cover every kingdom effort in prayer, and to give Jesus our very best together as a city, the very best of our time, the very best of our resources, of our hearts, of our loving obedience as priests and ministers of the Lord, and as those who are sent messengers of the Almighty, to give Him not only our individual offering or a temporary offering, but a sustained offering that can only be done together, night and day, without ceasing, until He comes. We are here to offer shop to Salem, a neutral ground we can all stand on together. God has marked and chosen this place for just such a work, and made us stewards of what you, the churches, can build together in this city. Ceaseless prayer and worship for the glory of God, for the Great Commission in Oregon. And we believe it is time.